All right, Miss Nadirah, how are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. I want to welcome you to Influencers on the Run. Okay. I will
Thank you so
say
much for having me.
I will say that I have been watching you, I think, for maybe 2 years now. Okay. I watch you because from Mamadou and Mustafa Briggs, they follow you and retweet your stuff. So
Yes.
I will say, but before I begin, let me give you an introduction. So, everybody, today we are speaking to Nadirah P, aka Big Body Nadi. Okay, she has 80,000 plus followers on Instagram, 10,000 plus followers on Twitter, and almost to 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. So definitely check out her videos on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. She's a professional comedian. That means you got to pay that ka-ching. Okay, people, you know what I'm saying? You got to pay, but it is worth it. Okay.
Thank you.
So, definitely, how is your day going so far? I know it is Friday. How's it going?
um, Today is a lot. It's already a lot. Already so much to do. And I'm like, why do I have so much to do in the middle of quarantine? But it's going. It's going. So only a couple hours left and I will be free.
I
How
hear you.
about you?
It's been going good. I'm currently overseas, so I'm not in America. So it's like 9. It's 9 p.m. my time.
Oh, where are you?
I'm in the Middle East. I can't say where, but I'm in the Middle East. Okay. So,
Okay.
what we do on Influencers on the Run, we talk with people who are like you, who have different. Basically, we go with a following over 10,000 plus. Okay. So we want to
Okay.
get your journey to how you've come to where you are. Now, for me, of course, I know you was funny, you know what I'm saying? And you're part of my community.
Mm,
So I understand, you know what I'm saying? I got an idea of how you've come to where you came to. And
mm-hmm.
but for people who don't know, who want to, you know what I'm saying, become an influencer and, do what you do. So the first question I want to ask you is what is the negatives of what you do or the dark side that people may not know about being a comedian or of yourself that you faced?
Um, when it comes particularly to being a stand-up comedian, the kind of downside, the dark side to it is I don't want to be funny all the time.
Mm,
Like just how people feel where you don't want to go to work every day. I don't want to go to work some days. Especially when I'm not in the best mood or out of myself don't feel like laughing. I don't think anything is funny. But when you're booked for a show, you already bought a plane ticket, people are expecting you, your name is on all the marketing, and you've already committed to this no matter what. Of course, given that it's not that big of an emergency, you have to show up, you have to show out, you have to do your job. Now, in particular with social media, the downside for me it also kind of helps me do my job better, but the sense of over familiarity that
mm,
people have with me with
mm.
engaging with my content and feeling like we're friends, like feeling like we're connected, feel like we know each other, which is a plus side because I'm kind of intentional with that because it helps me get my message across easier. But it's a downside because I have people who are like, oh, girl, like, we can hang out and da da da. And I'm like, you're a stranger. We can't do that.
Oh,
So that's kind of a downside.
okay, to be honest with you, I wasn't expecting that answer. I really wasn't expecting that answer, but okay,
Mhm.
I feel you. And all right, I like that. That's something I wasn't expecting, but that's deep. Okay,
Mm.
now let's go to social media in general. Okay, I first heard of you on Twitter. Okay, because I'd be, I'd be,
Mm.
I'd be in the Twitter side. So I think Twitter is for particular people. But let's talk about all the platforms you are on, and then let's go from your least favorite to your favorite, and why.
Um, I think my least favorite is I'm only on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. My least favorite is Twitter.
Oh, really?
Um,
Okay.
because yeah, and it's I tweeted something actually where I was like, these tweets are public, but I'm talking to myself.
Mm.
So sometimes I just want to get on there and I just want to talk to myself. And then people are like engaging and I'm like, shut up. I'm not talking to you. It's also my least favorite because people have found me on there. Like I'm already have all these followers on Instagram. I already had all these followers on Facebook. Um, I wanted to keep one like just to me, like just myself. And if I would have known back in the day, I wouldn't have had no pictures of myself, like not my name, nothing. But it's too late now. So it's like everybody's finding me and they're bringing kind of like that fandom energy to Twitter and I'm like, "Damn, can it just be me for a second? Can I just talk to myself?" Um After that is Facebook. Facebook because I kind of don't like it because my audience on there is older. So
Mm.
I'm getting like these paragraph long reactions to what I say or what I do. And I'm like, Auntie, shut it up. Keep it quiet. I didn't ask you, sweetheart. And I think my most favorite is Instagram.
Okay.
My most favorite is
Okay.
yeah.
But I find that funny because I mean, and I understand what you're saying about Twitter. Okay, because like I take Twitter to a different level, you know what I'm saying? And I've lost a lot of people on Twitter. So I understand where you're coming from, keeping it personal. But I would have thought that Twitter would be your favorite, you know what I'm saying? But, given the background of what you said, I can understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's interesting. Which one has
Mm-hmm.
benefited you the most, though? Which platform has benefited you the most?
Mm. Well, honestly, undoubtedly, I would say Instagram.
Okay, and why?
Instagram, yeah. Um, from a Well, there's two sides to that. From a business perspective, Instagram has benefited me the most. But from a kind of like, I don't even know if that's a thing, personal development perspective, quote
Okay,
unquote, I would say Twitter.
okay, okay. And what about YouTube?
Yeah.
What about YouTube? What about YouTube? What's your thoughts on the YouTube? Because I mean, also, would you consider YouTube social media?
Honestly, I don't. Normally, I don't think of YouTube as a social media, only because it's like, or maybe I'm just the only one that's just not interacting with people on there. I
Hmm.
feel like YouTube, you just put it out and then people just take it in. Like I've never been the type to comment on people's YouTube videos, and I only just recently found out that people, like the YouTubers, reply to people's comments. So I was like, Dad, maybe I should have been doing that, but I don't. No, I don't really consider that social media.
Okay. I will say though, like what I like about your YouTube videos, I mean, one, they're hilarious. Those Minder, she did some dating apps, you know what I'm saying, reviews. And I think your reviews are very special because like some people just do reviews of their one-time experience. You went from like a 5-day experience, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And I literally sat there, I watched it all.
yeah,
I was dying. My brother came bother me. And I was like, bro, you need to, you know what I'm saying? This is, but I like that how your videos are not like, they say that it's gotta be like a 3 minute or 2 minute, but your videos are actually like longer videos, you know what I'm saying? And so I was like,
yeah.
I really appreciate,
Thank you.
you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about, what's the next topic? Let's talk about content, okay? Now, what do you feel is the best content to create for each social media platform for you? So let's start with Twitter. Okay, do you like, okay, for that platform? Do you just just type stuff up, or I see you use GIFs. What's your again idea when it comes to Twitter and content?
Nothing at all.
Okay, I
I'm
like.
intentionally creating absolutely no content for Twitter. That's really just what I wanted to say. That's it.
Okay,
Again, because it was never meant. Like I never wanted 10K followers on Twitter.
I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Now, I did see an Instagram post where you said It was like a picture of a woman. She's got a glass up, and she's like, "Yo, I'm working on the content for August." Okay, I saw that. Okay, so
Yes.
let's talk about creating content, and how do you go about creating content? You know what I'm saying?
Um, I would like to say, and I'm really working so hard to get into a space where I can say that I am always and consistently creating content to put out, but I'm not. When I get the itch, I scratch it. So when you see those times where I'm putting out 2, 3, 4 videos a week, where I'm dropping memes, where I'm doing stories, where I'm having YouTube videos and all that, that's a good time. That's a high time. But as of recently, I've been on. It's been months of a hiatus that I've taken because I just haven't been feeling very creative. I haven't had much inspiration. I just haven't been there. And I'm the type of person where I can go back and I can recall videos where I was forcing it for the sake of content. And my followers loved it. Like, they loved it. Like, oh my God, this is hilarious. And I'm watching it back and I'm like, oh, cringe. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. So when it happens, it happens. When it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm sure that when I'm there, when I'm in that space, that I'm putting it out as much as I can. I'm putting all of it out. I'm giving my all, because, and people are like, oh my God, we love this consistency. I'm like, girl, it's about to stop. So save these videos because it's about to be done.
What's been some of the best content you've worked on?
Some of the best, in my personal opinion, the YouTube videos, as well as the memes.
Yes, you got some bad memes. Yeah, that
Those are my
future
favorite.
meme
Like,
is
sometimes I
hard.
go back to the memes, I'm like, oh, I'm a genius.
That future meme, that one when you're like, you know what I'm saying, I need that 129, that's a
Oh,
hard meme. That's hard. That's hard.
thank you, thank
You know what I'm
you.
saying?
But even with the YouTube videos, and don't get me wrong, it definitely is difficult. Like, getting into editing was very, very difficult, but it's something where it's like, I go back now and I watch it as a beginner, and I'm like, damn, like, that's pretty amazing. Like, look at that transition. Like, so yeah, I think those are definitely my top two. I would say the Instagram videos, but alhamdulillah, like, those are so effortless that I don't really consider it to be work, because it's like, it's just in the moment and it's only 60 seconds. So for me, it's not like work, but definitely the YouTube videos and the memes.
So let's how do you go about, so for example, let's talk about the YouTube content, okay? Since you said, and as a beginner, so what did you do, like, and what did you start using? Like, are you going in with a camera? What software are you using? So take us to that point of making your first video to the latest video you have out, and like the process of making that.
So I definitely did want to invest into a camera, because I was like, I'm not about to record on my phone. Like, I'm always on my phone. It's just not about to happen. Like, I was like, if I depend on my phone, I'm never gonna make YouTube. So I went and I was like, I'm not gonna buy a new one because poverty. So I was like, I'm gonna get a used one. So I watched hours of footage on the best camera, best vlogging camera. I was talking to other vloggers, other videographers, photographers, things like that. And I decided to get a Canon G7X. I think I have the Mark II. And the first place I went to Facebook Marketplace. I went to Let Go, and then I went to Craigslist. I ended up finding a bundle package, meaning it comes with the camera. It comes with, like, I think I have like 3 or 4 tripods, 2 memory cards, 2 batteries, lights, a mic, everything. And usually I think that bundle is $800, and I got somebody to sell it to me for $400.
Facts, yo. That's a good deal. That's a good deal. I see you. I see you on the
And
Canon.
that's what I tell people. When you get into content, of course, if you got the money, spend it. Like, if you can afford high quality software and all that, do that. But if you can't, you can make some amazing content with discounted used stuff. So alhamdulillah, I found a used camera. I already had a Mac, so that was a blessing. I don't know what it's like to edit on a non-Mac.
Me neither. God forbid.
which,
God forbid.
which thank God, because honestly, I have no idea how to use. I call them Android laptops. I have no idea how to use them. Like my Mac has been my greatest investment. So yeah, I already had a Mac, so I was just using iMovie, and I still use iMovie. From the first video to the latest video. Final Cut Pro is definitely going to be an investment, but it's not so much as the investment as I know the time that I'm going to have to put into actually learning it. So yeah, that's what I did, and that's what I'm sticking to until I decide something else.
Got you. I definitely know those iMovie days. I definitely for sure know those iMovie days. Those were some real days, real content making. But Final Cut Pro, you will when you get that Final Cut Pro, you'll be like, oh, thank God. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, when you get there, because it's much more simpler. It's done. It's easier. You know what I'm saying? Like Final Cut, iMovie definitely, if you are starting out, for everybody, I think it's definitely a good place to start. I mean, it's free. You can do a lot, and they have improved it. I haven't used, but I know they have improved it a lot since the beginning when I was using it. So definitely Final Cut Pro, you'll definitely love it. And what is your system of posting? Okay, do you have a system of where you say, okay, I'm gonna post on this day, I'm not gonna post on this day, or is it all,
No, it's all. The only time that I do that is if I'm working with a brand, like I created content for a brand. Other than that, all of my posting is just about spur of the moment.
Got you. Also, this is on another category as well, on looking at your data. How do you look at your data on each platforms? Statistics. Talking about statistics.
I'm very. It sounds so bad now that I have to actually say it, but I very rarely do. Because curating this social media space was never my intention, because this was never something that I even thought was possible. Even still to this day, I have that same mindset of what is meant to come to me will come to me. So the followers will come, the likes will come, the engagement will come. So I don't know. And it's sad because I feel like I should care. Like I feel like, when I'm watching videos and people are like, yeah, the engagement of this, of that, and this and that. And I was like, damn, I don't care. Like whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen.
I like that. I like that mindset. You know what I'm saying? That's a very interesting. I mean, I think there are a lot of people who are like you, who are like, yo, what's coming is coming. Okay. Even though you say you don't care too much about it, we're going to talk about a little bit because we've been doing the research on our side. Okay. So, now looking at your, let's say your Instagram. Okay. 1 second. Let's see, where are we? Hold up. I'm pulling up right now. So, right now, you on that 1 second. You on that 80K. Okay, you're on that 80K followers on Instagram, and it says here you have a 7.64 engagement rating. So basically, 7% of your followers engage with you. Okay, on average, for a post that you get, it gets about 5,900 likes, and you get about 250 comments. Okay, how do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel about engagement on Instagram with having a high followers, like 80K followers, and that level of engagement? What do you think about that?
I don't care. Like, it's so bad to say, but
now talk that talk. Let them know. Say, hey, I'm not there.
It honestly doesn't. It would make me feel some type of way if I knew that I was putting out content all the time and then people were dubbing. But I know that I've been on a hiatus. I know that Instagram is not, putting my stuff at the top because I'm posting like once a month or something like that. And I know that when I post more, I have high engagement. I have a lot of new followers. I have a lot of comments, different things like that. Um, but it honestly, it doesn't bother me. Should
Yeah.
it? Like, I don't
Hey,
know.
yours. It's yours. So hey, the way you go into balance, so I hear you, sister. I hear you. All right, let's go to our next segment. Our next segment is called Social Media Reports and Studies. So we tell you some different titles and headlines, and we get your opinion. Okay. So this one is called Undress or Fail. Instagram's algorithm strong arms users into showing skin. Okay. What do you think about that? It's basically saying that if you show skin, you get more engagement, you get more followers, and you get more promotion through Instagram's algorithm.
I'm not surprised. Um, that's kind of disgusting though. That's very disgusting. But I'm not surprised because even um you know how your explore page is curated to things that you look at. So I do like to look at like I like to stay up on the hijabi fashion. I like to know what y'all doing, what y'all into. And even with that, there will be like swimsuit models on my explore page still who are practically like butt naked. And I'm like, okay, I've never looked at swimsuits. Like I'm not what I'm where come on, Instagram, you know me. Um so that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't It's very telling in how the explore page is working right now. That does not surprise
Now
me.
that's an interesting question, okay? Because like I feel that my Explorer page is live to me because I know, so, but I feel like there's one, let's say, thing that I look at that's a vice. But from that one thing I look at, I feel like Instagram has like, since I'm black, they just want to show this one side to me. Okay. Now, do you feel that the Explorer page is accurate for you?
Um Somewhat, yes. I feel like Instagram, what they're doing right now is they'll show me like for the first swipe, that's all me. Like, okay, ASMR, hijabi fashion, funny videos, that's all me. Now when I swipe again, I'm like, all right, now y'all had to throw, you had to throw something in there. Because then it would be like videos of like dogs, like I said, the swimsuit girls and all this other stuff. I'm like, okay, what is this? They'll throw like controversial things in there. Like I will see white supremacist things and I'm like, I don't look at the what? Like, huh? So somewhat, but they also can get a little crazy at times.
Okay. Okay. All right, this next one. What do you think about the social media censoring in this day and age? Okay, and when I say that, I'm saying that from two different perspectives. For example,
Mm-hmm.
we have like nowadays you see with the pandemic and the coronavirus stuff, anything natural remedies they want to censor it. Okay, everything like they like before, of course, as we're both American, we know that we allegedly live in a country of so-called freedom of speech, but you see Instagram, Facebook, and these social media platforms going in and censoring different things and saying it's not right. What do you think about that as someone as an influencer or just an everyday person?
Um, I think it's social media has kind of remained the same thing that all media has been. For example, back in the day, they didn't have social media, but they had newspapers where, just like on social media, there are lies, in the newspaper, there were lies. And in response to that, they had to come out with their own media using things like a great example is Muhammad Speaks, the newspaper of the Nation of Islam. So I think it's the same thing with social media. We have all the lies, and then you have people who are curating spaces within that realm to tell the truth. Um, and I think it's not going to stop. Whatever the well, it's going to sound very childish, but whatever the evil people of this world can use to push their agenda, they will. So I'm not surprised that Facebook is censoring black things, but allowing white supremacists to keep their accounts, but closing other people's accounts and taking down comments, but leaving this up. That doesn't surprise me at all.
Okay,
That
got
doesn't surprise me, not even the slightest bit.
mm. And hello, thank you for watching this video. If you'd like to continue watching the full video, please either email us at InfluencersOnTheRun, or you can join our Patreon Proud to Pay program to allow us to continue making content like this. Or if not, you can go in the link below and there will be a link to listen to the full conversation via audio. Thank you very much. And I'd love to hear what you'd like to say about this in the comments section. And hey, influencers on the run.